this Sunday doing the Ironman. It is the first Ironman that I've ever done in my life, and I have no idea how it's going to go well, but I do not feel like I have fully prepared for it. And the reason why this is important for you watching this is because you do not need to be fully prepared to do hard things, all right? You may very well have a challenge booked in, an event booked in, something difficult booked in your week. It could be something as simple as a workout that you're not used to doing and you're doing now 3 days a week, and it has that level of challenge to it where you're thinking, I do not feel prepared for it. You're not supposed to feel prepared before you do things, okay? Sure, it helps by all means, but you're never going to feel 100% prepared for anything you do. For example, this Sunday with the Ironman, there's loads of opportunities in the last 23 weeks of training where I could have done more. I missed sessions, I got sick, I didn't eat the best diet at times. There are many circumstances where I could have done things better and I could have had more of a perfectionist attitude towards what I'm doing. But perfection does not exist when it comes to health. Now, if we're talking in the realms of, let's say, launching a rocket to space, there's a very low margin for error. Perfectionistic tendencies will lend itself well to situations like that, where you have to be on it 100%. Otherwise, you're potentially going to cause lives to, be at risk, potentially, millions and millions or billions of pounds of rockets destroyed, so to speak. In terms of your health, that is not the fucking case, right? Now, unless you're going to be the next Michael Jordan in basketball, perfectionistic attitude is only going to make things worse for you. When we look at sustainability is inherently flexible. So having more flexibility with your training, more flexibility with your diet are two of the key points of sustainability. Now, what does flexibility mean? It means that you are going to have days where you're going to go off plan. That means your diet's not going to be hit. That means your training's not going to be hit exactly as you have planned. And that's fine. That's what it means to be flexible. Now, what is the percentage of, say, 0 to 100% where you can be flexible, yet still be on plan and still see results? Now, in my experience, it's very hard to gauge that because everyone's fucking different. Everyone's got different genetics, right? And everyone's got different setups and the way they do things. If you are going to be on plan with your training and your diet, at least 80%, you will see significant improvement in whatever it is that you're obtaining. If you go for 100%, which to be fair, you just never hit 100%, but let's say you get close to 100%, obviously you're going to accelerate those results further. If you get below 80%, you can still make progress. However, it's going to be slower and you're going to find yourself not achieving the goals you want to achieve quicker, okay? And in that situation, that's where you're not going to be a perfectionist. You're going to allow yourself to have a little bit of flexibility, be more sustainable. Things are going to improve over time. And then when you look back, it's like, holy shit, things have changed drastically. And this is the thing that I see most people go through, is they want things quick. They want to be 100% all the time, always ready, always, giving it their all. And they get so stressed about trying to do everything at 100% that they don't ever feel good and happy with the progress they're making. But almost everyone that goes through this state of doing the things they need to do, even at an 80% level or 70%, will eventually look back and go, holy shit, I have changed dramatically. It is very rare you're ever going to get someone that's going to change quick. And if they do, it's genetics or it's some kind of drug enhancement, okay? So just like me with this Ironman this weekend, it's the first Ironman I've ever done. It's a bucket list item that I've wanted to tick off my entire life. And even though I do not feel like I have done everything I could have done to prepare for this, I'm still going to go in with the idea of just enjoying it, enjoying the process, like being aware that I've done everything I can do. There's no more things that I can do. It's now time to fucking switch on into the present moment, be with this, playful state, so to speak, when we're there, focus on the enjoyment of the activity. And you're probably going to say, like, how can you enjoy exercise? How can you enjoy an Ironman? Like, firstly, you got to realize all the training over the last 23 weeks has been by myself, been very fucking lonely. It's been tough to get up sometimes and do it. And sometimes I've had to quit because I'm just like, fuck this, just not feeling it. The Ironman's full of people cheering for you, free food, free fucking gear, free gifts, fucking photos, but the energy's up here. The race is always the fun bit. Okay. Secondly, there is pleasure, not necessarily in the suffering of an activity, but I guess there is pleasure in a psychological sense when you do something where you're suffering, because you know you're going to get a positive result at the end of it. And that can override the physical discomfort that you're facing. It can make the physical discomfort actually feel somewhat comfortable, which it sounds crazy. I mean, you might be one of those people that are watching this that, has done endurance training. And if you have, you'll know what I mean. But if you're new and you don't find the gym, particularly exciting, you don't like training, you don't like running, etc., you feel it's just uncomfortable, it's very hard to get motivated by it, I get it. I do get it. And it will get better. And you will start to pick up the edge eventually. You just got to keep at it. Okay. The more you can tell yourself that what you're doing is going to lead to a better outcome later, the more you'll start to recognize that the exercise you're doing is providing you benefits. You'll start to feel more positive about it. But you're never going to get there if you just give up every opportunity of where you feel uncomfortable. In my experience, people change when they're so uncomfortable with the way they are that they have to make a difference. Whether you're going to make change or not depends on how comfortable you are. So you might find yourself not quite at that point where you're uncomfortable enough to do anything. But one thing for sure is you will start a journey, you will get comfortable because you'll start losing weight, you start toning up, start feeling a bit better about yourself. And then after about the 3-month mark, people drop off because you become so comfortable that you then lose that necessity to push in the first place. So you need something else to get over that 3-month mark, and that is the enjoyment of it. And that comes when you get good at it, okay? So measuring progress, seeing your strength go up by even 10 kilos in an exercise, seeing your run times get better, whatever it is. But if you see progress, you start to feel better. You start to feel adept. When you realize you're above average in certain compartments because you're starting to get fitter and stronger, then you reinforce the fact that you are actually this person that is above average and you start doing more of it. So the main moral of the story is try not to put pressure on yourself to be perfect. Do not put pressure on yourself thinking that you have to have everything right before you start. You can start now and try your best to enjoy the journey. Get good at it over time, slowly, and don't put pressure on yourself to train 6 days a week. Put pressure on yourself to 100% perfect diet. I'm going to do this Ironman knowing that I'm not 100%. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm just going to leave it in the hands of whatever the fuck is out there that is guiding us, so to speak. All right. I want you to believe that you can do it, that you have it in you, that you don't have to be 100%. All right. And then you can do great things. The pressure's off. You can start to do great things. And you realize that at the end of the day, life is to be enjoyed, is to provide for those around you, to serve, to live your life the way you intend to live your life. So yeah, this Sunday, Ironman, tune in. I'm going to put in a link for the Ironman itself. And in fact, download the Ironman tracker app, search my name, Nicholas Finch, on the day, and you'll be able to see me do the Ironman in real time. You can track what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Otherwise, there'll be an Ironman recap video next week. But thanks so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, take care.